The first hint of terror struck me the moment the door clicked. My husband's best friend stepped inside, a calm smile masking the storm I could feel in my veins. I froze instantly, sensing that nothing in this world could prepare me for what was about to unfold. The air grew heavy, thick with unspoken tension, and my chest tightened with fear. My husband sat across the room, his eyes wide, a frozen statue of disbelief. I wanted to scream, to warn him, but my voice had been stolen by a sudden, horrifying paralysis. Every second stretched into an eternity as dread clawed at my mind. His friend moved closer, and I could feel the slow, suffocating weight of inevitability pressing down. My husband didn't move. Not a single twitch of his fingers, not a flicker of resistance. I watched helplessly, my heart shattering with every silent second, knowing that the person I loved most in this world, the person who should have protected me, was choosing to witness rather than intervene. A wave of disbelief tore through me as reality sank in. He reached for me with that casual ease, the kind that makes you wonder if cruelty can ever feel natural. I trembled uncontrollably, my body betraying my desperate mind. I wanted to vanish, to escape the room, to somehow rewind time and undo the life that had brought me to this moment, but I was trapped. Every motion, every sound, every heartbeat felt magnified, echoing the horror that consumed me. The silence in the room was deafening, louder than any scream could ever be. My husband's frozen stare was worse than rage. It was indifference, a cold acceptance that made my soul twist and splinter. I wanted to reach him, to pull him out of this nightmare, but he remained rooted, a passive witness to the unimaginable. The betrayal wasn't just physical, it was emotional, spiritual, a tearing apart of the trust one had given freely, completely, without reservation. I tried to speak, my voice cracking like shattered glass. "Stop," I whispered, barely audible, each word trembling with desperation. But my plea was swallowed by the room, ignored by the man who was supposed to protect me. His eyes met mine briefly, not with apology, not with shame, but with a cold, unreadable detachment. And in that instant, I realized something far worse than the act itself. That silence, that refusal to intervene, was the ultimate betrayal. Time itself seemed to fracture as he crossed every line. Each gesture, each calculated movement, became a weapon against my sanity. I could feel my soul cracking, a brittle shell of the woman I once was. My mind screamed at me to fight back, but my body refused. Fear had become a cage, and the room, once familiar and safe, transformed into a theater of torment. My husband remained still, a silent observer, the calm in the storm that only made the chaos around me feel louder, more violent, more inescapable. My world shattered completely in those unbearable minutes. Every glance, every touch, every second was a dagger piercing through my heart. I wanted to scream, to collapse, to vanish entirely, but all I could do was tremble, helplessly, as the cruelest betrayal unfolded before my eyes. And then, a realization hit me like icy water. This wasn't just the act of one man, it was the combined weight of betrayal and abandonment, of trust weaponized and love shattered. Even now, the memory burns in my chest. The room, the walls, the silence, they are burned into my mind, each detail a scar that refuses to fade. I remember the horror of watching someone I loved remain passive, the anguish of knowing that my protection had been withheld, the despair of realizing that my life had been irreversibly altered in a single, silent night. Every heartbeat since has carried the echo of betrayal, a reminder that the worst acts are not always loud. They are the ones witnessed in silence, endured in fear, and never forgotten. And yet, in the wreckage of my heart, I found clarity. The pain, the betrayal, the soul-crushing fear, they would not define me forever. I had survived, though hollowed, though broken, though scarred. And while the world may never understand the depths of that night, I knew one thing. The silence that allowed such horror would never silence me again. I would rise, and though the echoes of that betrayal would haunt me, they would also fuel the fire of the woman I had become, stronger, wiser, unyielding, and unbroken.